Good afternoon. Welcome to Monday edition of the Sport Topic. Well, still telling you, Eid Mubarak. We are still on holiday for Eid Mubarak. But however, the sport must go on, and we have to be able to give you all the latest gist in the world of sport. Over the weekend, despite the Eid Mubarak, the celebration of Sarah going on here and there, there's a lot of sporting activity that go on, both at home and outside beyond the soil of the country. So we're giving you all the gist in from the sport angle of what happened during the weekend. Yesterday, the Golden Eaglet, five-time world champion, Nigeria's under 17 male team, depart Nigeria and landed in the city of Nigeria, Nigeria city called Koftastin, where they will be playing their under 17 African Cup of Nations. The team opted to travel straight to Algeria after attempt to move after failure to secure visas to travel to Germany for their final preparation for their final preparation. But having not be able to secure a visa to Germany, the team decided well, rather than stay home at Nigeria, fly straight to Algeria to intensify their preparation and at the same time acclimatize ahead of the world champion. Golden England has won this particular champion, has won the world championship at the world level 5 times. And even this particular have won it several times. But however, the team that is called the current squad that is going to that is already on Algeria are the waffle champion of the African or the waffle champion of the under 17. However, the head coach of the team and the former and the gold medalist of the under 17 of the gold medalist of the under 17 World Cup, Uduka Ibadu, said, despite being an African champion, the team has not. It appears that the team has not won anything. And what is the target now is to win a ticket to the World Cup and ultimately win the African Championship. If you look at the team has all the take, and a lot of people have said a whole lot about this team. But however, the one question that is still begging for an answer in the minds of several Nigerians, coming to this level, the level of success Nigeria have achieved at this particular level of competition cannot be overemphasized. No any teams across the world have achieved the feat the Nigerian body English have achieved at this particular level of competition. But our inability to transist from that particular under 17 to the next level of the championship, it what has been the issue, and this has been the dilemma of the Nigerian team. A team that has won the world championship 5 times. Even the next level of the competition, which is under 20, we are here to win it. We hope that Oduka Ibadis, who is also a former champion of this particular champions and now have the opportunity to guide the team, will be able to give Nigeria a young stars. For me, and the desires of many Nigerians, achieving the World Cup ticket, yes, it's desirable, but winning the World Cup is not the ultimate goal by now. Even winning the African Championship to the mind of many Nigeria is not the ultimate goal. What we want is to give us a young stars that will last long and be able to transit from the under 17 to the under 20 and ultimately to the under 23 and ultimately to the Super Eagles. We hope to see this young squad that Oduka Ibali and his technical team have assembled to move to the next level and be the push-up Super Eagles team. That's all we are looking for. But however, winning the African Cup, if they are be able to win the African Championship, well, it is also a welcome development. And but we and me in particular, and a lot of Nigerians, winning is not the ultimate target. All the players should just focus on building a squad that will give Nigeria a lasting legacy. Then we still move ahead. Moving ahead, and yesterday and on Sunday, the Sunshine Stars of Akure redeemed their image, keep their hope alive of playing at the Super Six of the Nigeria Professional League. The team defeated their counterpart, the Lobby Star 1-0, and then to move off in the step or to move up in the to move up on the ladders of the game and keep their hope of playing at the Super Six alive. The Sunshine Stars of Akure won their Group B matches, which is the match day 15 of the encounters, match day 15 of the encounters, and the match play at the Odo Township Sport Complex. Forward David Onowu headed home from the corner case in the 33 minutes to give the home team a deserved victory. However, they still have a game in hand against the River United on match day 12 and had lost match the 14 Abia Warriors. The team's head coach heading the team head coach Ngoyi during the post-match interview said that the pursuit of the Super Six ticket was still all the desirable. Yeah, let's look at the picture, the result of the match of the Nigeria Professional League that played over the weekend. Well, Ramos Enyiba United, who are second on the log of their Group A, are still were held to a 1-1 draw during the weekend by Remo Stars of Remo Stars from Ogun State. Doma United also move up to the second spot in their own group after beating Bayelsa United 2-1 at home. Niger Tornado were victorious 3-0 against Abia Warriors. Plateau United Plateau United returned Nasarawa United back home empty-handed without any point, giving them with 1-0 victory. Shooting Star of Ibadan secure a 3-0 victory over Gobe United, while Shonside Star, like I told you earlier, were victorious 1-0 over Gobe Star, while the match between Wake Tourists and River United were postponed due to a engagement of River United in the continental game. Okay, now I am being joined by my colleague from the United Kingdom, Olawale Ayeni. Wale, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too, Salifo, and Barikatin Salah to you and to everybody in the studio.
Wale, you are appearing on a new jersey. It's like the moment Arsenal is long, you are no longer happy to Arsenal. Are you getting Arsenal? Because you are appearing another different jersey that I cannot even know.
Of course, this is the old Rangers jersey. It's just to to be a sportsman. So that's why I actually donning this jersey today. And why not? For Arsenal, it's been a problem for them. They're in the shallows water at this point in time. Let's hope that they get out of it when they get to play Man City during this week,
Okay,
Salifo.
before you join us, we were talking about yesterday the Nigerian Golden Eaglets, the one we called it the first-time world champions, landed in the Constantine, the city of Algeria, for their final preparations for the African Championship. The team opted to travel to Germany to Algeria straight after failure to secure a visa to Germany. So, and looking at this team, I was we were discussing before you
Hmm.
joined us that yes, as even a church at this level cannot be a super Nigeria Golden has achieved a lot of success. No any team in the world has achieved the kind of success Nigeria has achieved in this level. Five-time world champion. But what is always missing is our ability to persist from this level to the next level. The team that has won this competition, won world championship 5 times, were even yet to win under 20 World Cup once. Not even talking about play in the quarterfinal or play in the quarterfinal of the FIFA World Cup.
Hmm. No doubt about it. As you have said, when it comes to the African continent, Nigeria, even the world at large, Nigeria is like the most successful team when it comes to under 17 level. But that transition, from the under 17 to the under 20, right to the national team, has been a major, factor when it comes to the Nigerian, football setup. Because for me, I would say after, after players get into the limelight under 17 level, and we expect them, to take such performance to the under 20 and up to the national team. But we had seen that majority of our players, get to fall, on the wayside, and for them not get to, move up to the ladder. For me, I would say it actually, boiled down to maybe two factors. Number one factor is, the club that they go to, after them breaking out from the under 17, will actually play, a major role in them in their career, going forward, and also the kind of agents that they have, the kind of people that are with them that get to advise them also play a major role, and how the players themselves get to keep fit and also to continue the work. You getting to win the World Cup at the under 17 level, or getting to win the Nations Cup at the under 17 level does not start there. That is actually, the beginning of your career. So as a player also, you also have a role to play. So at this point, it's all boiled down to, them, doing the right thing, joining the right club, keeping in shape, getting to play when they're supposed to play, and not allowing distraction to come on their way. Despite for the fact that they are getting to test success at a very young age. And also, we see that over the years, allegedly, some of our players have not been the age bracket because when you look at players like Messi are still playing, the likes of our own. There are so many questions. Youngsters, where is the likes of Okoro Stanley, Macaulay? These guys that played for Nigeria under 17, but they are nowhere to be found at this point in time. So it just showed that we need to select the right players, with the right age, and also for the players to, watch out for the clubs that will be running after them for their signature after, their under 17, career, and see how they're going to improve on that. So I feel that is those are the major factors that have been affecting our performance, right from under 17 level. I know, them going to join the Super Eagles team, Salif Usman.
Well, thank you for that insightful analysis there. The Super Falcon captain on AB will clock 40 next month. And ahead of that, a whole lot of debate is going on. People are saying that well, at 40, one expected him to quit the round letter game. He has a World Cup to play in July, later this July, in the next 3 months. And ahead of that, he has said that well, she's not feeling aging and he's feel very fit and he has no any reason to quit football at the age of 40. While looking at Onome, captain of the Super Falcons and what he's doing at the moment, a lot of people are saying that at 40 he should give up on her football career. But she said that she's not feeling aging at her 40, that is more aging and more young and to keep on playing at 40.
Of course, no doubt about it. Maybe has been one of the biggest player when it comes out to the Super Falcons and the history of Super Falcons because she has actually maintained her standard. She has been there in the good and the bad moment for the Super Falcons. She's the most experienced player in the team at this point in time. I would like her to be players such as Zlatan Ibrahimovic of Sweden at this point in time. So many people expect him to retire, but he's still staying stronger at this point in time. So I feel if she's still, on that top level and in being shape, or when it comes about physicality, no doubt about it, she should be given the chance due to the fact that she has the experience. She may be able to command, the defense. Young players will actually get to listen to her. So I feel she still be given the chance to go on with her career. No doubt about it. She's the most experienced player in the team at this point in time, followed by the likes of Koran Ozia and also Aziza Tushola at this point. But we need such player, going to the World Cup at this point. And the coach also know what he wants. If he feels that Ebi is not, the right, person for him to be for her to be trusted with the defense. Of course, we have young players in the team and I can replace her. But at this point in time, we know that our experience is not actually it's not what money can buy at this point in time. And what she can actually bring to the Super Falcons is huge at this point in time. So I feel she should be given more time in the team if she's actually physically fit and if she's ready to play any day, anytime. Because looking at the achievements all over the years for the Super Falcons, she has had an impressive career at this point in time, Salifo.
Yes, no doubt he has had an impressive career. One of our coach on the Twitter, he said, if you see me the way I play, you will never believe that I am that age. I look at
Mm,
myself in the mirror sometimes and I say to myself, what am I doing different that is making me still this fit? I don't feel it, and that's the thing when I am home. I am on the break and training with the guys. So
mm.
the way I match them, it's unbelievable to me. So, yes, if you're looking at her physical appearance and the way it is, yes, the age may not be so in the body, but in your bone, your strength cannot be the same where you are 20 or at 20 or at 40. Even at the men, even Messi, the lion, Messi who have been masterized all everywhere, everywhere. The Messi we are seeing now, who is closing to the 40, cannot be the same Messi we see 10 years ago and 10 years ago. But Rome is insisting that, well, he's not looking, for her, she's looking more 20 than at 40. And we believe that her leg, as far as her leg can carry her, she's ready to go.
Of course, I know that about it. And don't forget, she actually scored a goal during the last training game with New Zealand for the Super
Yeah,
Falcons. So
yeah,
it shows that she still
the
has,
last friendly
you
match.
know, a
Yeah.
mojo working for her. So yeah, so she still have a mojo working for her at this point in time. So we'll just give her, that benefit of a doubt. Let's see how she's going to perform at the World Cup. This might be, her last World Cup with the Super Falcons, and also let's just get what to see what she bring on the table. So for me, I feel we should also give her a chance because we know that the Super Falcons at this point in time, we don't really have good numbers of players who can actually play in a role at this point in time. All we have are young players who are coming up. They don't really have the World Cup experience. Onome has about 5 World Cup experience, which are the Super Falcons we actually need in that quest when they begin the World Cup right there in Australia and New Zealand. So I feel she still have a big role to play in the Super Falcons, Alifo.
Yes, well, one of the things he also said to our critic, one of the things he also says to our critics that he said, I have no reason to stop unless I make that decision myself. But he said,
Mm,
according to her, he said, all my life I have never been a reserve player. Credit to her.
mm,
All my life I have never sit on the bench. That shows that I am giving all to the team. Well,
mm,
we'll move on the mail. We urge you as far as you have the strength, but particularly we are all Nigerians are all looking up to you as March as July is fast approaching. Australia New Zealand World Cup is fast approaching, and Nigeria is looking up for you to provide a good leadership for the Super Falcons and appropriately seeing the Super Falcons for the first time, playing the quarterfinal or ultimately clinch the World
mm,
Cup, which is possible. Anything is possible in the round level game. Madam Bosu has also, the coach of Nigeria under
mm,
20 team, have extended invitation to the Arsenal youngster Ideho to join the team. If feel Arsenal Ideho was sidelined for this one injury, but having recovered from the injuries, is back to the team, and that has decided to extend invitations to him. While looking at this Ladam Post team, is also another team that a whole lot of people are talking about. It, looking at their below par performance, and they just concluded on the 20 African Championship in Egypt. Now he has several a whole lot of 30 teams, 39 players who is trying to pick up the pace, and now he's keep on extending invitation to more players, and now addition
mm.
of Arsenal. How do you make up all of this? And we have just less than a month, or probably a month to the World Cup.
Of course, I don't want to believe that we don't have quality players right there in Nigeria who can actually play at the under 17 level. And also, when you look at Nigerians players abroad, also we still have a lot of talent which is under the age of 20 that can actually get to represent Nigeria at this point. So it all boils down to if the club will actually get to allow their players leave at this point in time because we know this is the crucial moment in the leagues across the world at this point in time. The league is beginning to come to an end, and teams are really fighting to stay top or to stay above relegation, and also for them to achieve the goals that they have set for themselves at the beginning of the season. So I feel at this point in time we should not really rely on this Arsenal player due to the fact that the club might release him and the club might not want to release him. So I feel we should still look inwards. I strongly believe that we still have players in Nigeria who can actually make up the 23 or no 26-man list, and that will be going for the World Cup. No doubt about it. And at this point in time, we are not yet get to win another particular tournament. Last time, we came close was in 2005, where Rico B was discovered, and some of the rest. Were also Messi, also, and the likes of Andy Maria had, showed the world what the stuff they were made of. So I still strongly believe that the problem of Nigeria at this point in time is the right selection of players because we know at this point in time agents will be flocking, the team a camp base right there in Abuja to ensure that their players is selected. And if that get to happen, more pressure will be mounted on the coaches. So and they will not be able to select the right players they want to select. So I feel that has been the major problem of the under 20. And also when you look at the days of Paul when he was the coach of the under 20, that was the same team he actually put together. experience. I feel this is the last lifeline for Ladamboso. If he goes to the under 20 World Cup and he does not deliver, I feel his days coaching the national team should be all over because we still have a lot of coaches who can actually get to do the job at this point in time. So for them to invite an Arsenal player, of course, it's a welcome development. We hope he gets to take up an invitation and make the final 26 man list going to the World Cup. Salifo.
Invitation of the devil, according to what is welcome development. He has, but however, but not without a conscious that agents as all are also be a problematic of the Nigerian national team, right from the age level down to, up to the Super Eagles. The age has always have a key factor in drilling whatever coach you have in charge, drilling the plans of the team. And in this particular Madam Boso, you cannot start from the fact. How can you say a team that is preparing for just a month away to the World Cup? Is still having a whole lot of 39 players within his camp. How when are you going to get the best of the team to play to select? And that cannot be run from the fact that the agents are the one pushing for all these invitations here and there to come to the team. Well, let's move ahead and let's leave Ladam Boso and his team to do the needful and give us the right squad that will do us proud at Argentina. The rate of the moment, Manchester City appear to be the club of the moment. Everything appear to be going all well for them. Now, after qualifying for the semi-final of the Champions League, and due to the Arsenal sleep, severally dropped 6 points in their last 6 points in their last 3 matches, and now the chance of Arsenal winning the league title is greater. And yesterday again, the team on Saturday, the team also beat Sheffield United to qualify for the semi-final or for the final of the FA Cup. They singing now and in the tunes of everybody's now treble, triple, triple, triple. Man City is going to win. One man has vowed that he will ensure he drew that plan that he will never allow Man City to achieve that defeat of treble to equal Manchester United feat in 1999 during Sir Alex Ferguson. Wale Ten Hag said that he will ensure Pep Guardiola will not achieve his dream of winning 3 titles this season. Do you believe him?
Uh, of course, as it is on paper, definitely, as I've said it, that Manchester City might just be the champions of the FA Cup. Looking at the performance, of the citizen at this point in time, there are five with all cylinders. They actually, defeated, Bayern Munich right there in Grand Style. And also, when you look at the game within Sheffield, no doubt about it. Sheffield actually, gave Man City a run for their money. But the penalty that they considered in the second half was just the final nail on the coffee for Sheffield United right there at the Wembley Stadium. It was an interesting, action-packed, semi-finals right there. I believe the Manchester City can go all the way to defeat, Manchester United right there at the FA Cup, finals. No doubt about it. It was a match-watching encounter between Brighton and Manchester United. Manchester United were just so lucky yesterday that they get to win, that match. In penalty shootout, 7-6 ended, right there at Wembley, and he now set up for the very first time in Manchester, debut right there at the FA Cup finals. And I feel at this point in time, looking at both teams, their current performance and their form right now, Manchester City has the upper hand because they have been very, very fantastic. Pep Guardiola, finding his rhythm right there in Manchester City, and the players are ready, to make and break, records right here at the English Premiership. And when you look at, the quality of the quality of players in Manchester City and Manchester United, Khalifa Usman, you agree with me that Manchester City had the upper hand. And also, when you look at the bench, the coaching, setup of the team, Manchester City still has, the upper hand. So it will take a lot for Manchester United to actually ensure that they get to beat, Manchester City. No doubt about it. Both teams are fighting, for bragging right, because both teams are in Manchester and they'll be fighting for bragging rights. So there's all lot to play for in at the FA Cup final. But on paper at this point in time, Manchester City should go all the way to win the league. But it's a game of football. In 90 minutes, anything can happen. At the end of the day, Manchester United can actually run away with the title. So, sadly for me, I'll say anything can still happen. But for now, on paper, Manchester City look at the best team, for look the best team, going into that encounter, and they are actually no set to win the title.
Well, Vale, thank you. Well, let's say that Manchester City has the upper hand, has the superior power to win FA Cup. But don't forgetting that the same Man City lost 2-1 to Manchester United at Old Trafford in January early this year. That's Dr. Hank said that he will not reveal his tactic and the formula on how to ensure that his Paul Guardiola plan to celebrate the title this season. Then let's come into the big one, the league title. Arsenal are
Hmm,
obviously desperate to ensure that
hmm,
they knock Man City off the title chase. As it is now, everything appears going well for Man City.
hmm,
Arsenal, I don't know what has happened come over Arsenal. Their last team matching come from after take the two goal lead against Liverpool. They surrendered the two goal lead. The Liverpool come from behind, draw them. The same thing happened against West Ham. And last Friday, Southampton of all people, where everybody has beaten this season, surprisingly almost beat Arsenal. But Arsenal was able to come from behind and then ensure that they played 3-3 draw. That has ultimately knocked the title chase off Arsenal hand. It's no longer in their hand. But the only thing Arsenal can get the title hand back in their hand now is the big one on Wednesday against Man City. A whole lot of people have offered advice. Will Reno say that Arsenal should concentrate on how to create chances rather than to focus on how to stop Hala. And the way if you even watch Man City match against Sheffield United with Mahrez scoring 3 goals, it clearly shows that Man City is no longer about Hala. Anybody can score goal. But Winnie has offered solutions that don't focus on any player, don't focus, but Arsenal should create on their own plan on how to stop Man City in the midfield and create a chance to get a goal that the like of Martinez, Jesus can do the more damage for Arsenal. And looking at what is coming up on this Wednesday, you feel Arsenal can get their title chance back. Arsenal have made Man City in the last 7 months. Their last 7 months, Arsenal have maybe will not be able to win anyone against Man City.
Of course, this week game will be, so many people are saying that it might not be the final decider who will actually get to win the league between, Manchester City and Arsenal. But at this point in time, Arsenal, no doubt about it. They say I have 5 points, leading on the league table. Manchester City have 2 games in hand. And don't forget, this is the Premier League. Anything can happen. Manchester City can go play, the two outstanding game and get to draw or get to lose one or win one. It is the Premier League. That's the beauty of the league. Anything can still happen. No one actually saw that Arsenal were going to drop points at West Ham, or they were going to drop points at Southampton right there at the Emirates Stadium. And at this point in time, I felt that the players were actually, looking at the Manchester City game. When you look at the Liverpool game, they had the game in the first half. They lost concentration. The game that Saka, the incident with Granit Xhaka also ensured that fueled the crowd, to rally around Liverpool, West Ham. They had the game. They were leading 2-0 in less than 10 minutes, and they lost concentration, and they actually drew the game. Arsenal should have actually lost that game, but they actually stay strong, to draw that game. The game against Southampton also, in less than 5 minutes, Arsenal were down, 2-0. It shows that they were actually thinking. For me, I feel they were thinking ahead. They were not thinking in the present day. They were thinking about the big games, Manchester City. Why these little games get to matter? Because if you get to win this little game, you actually get to ease the pressure on you when you meet those teams. It will definitely be a very, very difficult chance for them, to win, a bigger teams. And at this point in time, Arsenal are condemned, to beat Manchester City right there at the Etihad Stadium, for them to actually, fancy, their chances of them, staying in the title race. If Arsenal go to Manchester City and they get to lose that particular game, then that they should just keep that hope of winning, the Premier League goodbye, because at this point in time, Pep Guardiola will want to actually ensure that they take every match very seriously, because they have seen the situation of what have befell, Arsenal, and they will not want that to actually happen to them. Knowing fully well that they're in top form at this point in time, and their player, banging goals right, left, and center. Mind you, at the game between Sheffield United, Pep Guardiola did not actually play most of his starting 11. The likes of Kevin De Bruyne didn't actually start that particular match. John Stones also didn't start that particular match. A whole lot of the starting players, regular starting players, didn't start that particular match. He was actually not keeping them for Arsenal, during the midweek. So it's going to be a clash. If Arsenal really want to, win the title, they should actually approve with the stuff of what they are actually made of. We saw the same scenario against Juventus and Napoli. Yesterday, Napoli went all way all to
Well,
right there, just to
appears that
ensure
the
that
network is
they
glitching.
have just one match now actually get to do the job in the hard way. Mm. So Arsenal must just have to do the job if they really want to win the league in the hard way. Nothing less than a 3 points at the Etihad Stadium, and they should just keep the hopes of them winning the league a goodbye. Salifu.
Thank you very much, Wale. Arsenal, well, we hope that Arsenal is popularly called the Gunners, but their gun has failed to click the fire in their last 3 matches. But the wish of every fans and everybody who is connected to Arsenal that hope that let their gun click on Wednesday. But
Mm.
that is the most you can take on to this edition of the Sport Update. Until come your way again, another interesting edition. So, Wale, thank you for joining me on this particular edition of the Sport Update.
Thank you, Salifu, for having me. A very good afternoon to everybody in the studio and to everybody in the office.
Well, thank you, our esteemed fans, for joining us on today's edition. So, I do most we can take until come your way again for another interesting edition, particularly tomorrow when the work matter will resume. There will be a whole lot of sport news that will be coming away tomorrow again. Don't just stay out of trouble when we come back again tomorrow.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.